Welcome back to the Music Making Mindset. I've got Jess here with me today, and we're going to do a podcast on a really cool topic called, I knew what it was, I just didn't know the name, building an artist identity. Let's go. So, building an artist identity, I talk about it a lot. In my book, by the way, Learning to be a Popular Music Producer, coming out in September.
So
you haven't read it, have you?
No.
You're going to love it. Yeah, of course. I'm sure you're going to love it.
I'm so excited to read it.
Well, you've heard a lot of the stuff in it anyway.
So I'll read it again. I love reading.
Okay. I talk about people say to me if I want to make music, I want to be a singer, I know I want to be a singer, I know I want to be in a band, how do I work out who to be? And I call that an artist identity. Even if history shows us anything, all the artists of greatness had a specific identity.
Yeah.
You think about them. I mean, Joni Mitchell, Elvis Presley, AC/DC, Black Eyed Peas, Chili Peppers. Do we keep going? Do you know what I mean? Every single one, Taylor Swift, even anything, K-pop, there's an identity associated with the music. And if a bunch of people in the community can latch onto that. Now, I didn't even mention a hip-hop artist then. And the hip-hop community is so important to hip-hop. And hip-hop's the most consumed music on the planet. It just shows how important an artist's identity is.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How do I work that out?
Yeah.
So I guess just first and foremost with you, how did you work that out with you?
I think if I distill it down, I over time would pick tiny elements of other artist identities that I resonated with, that I liked. Yeah. And so slowly wove them together to make my own.
So you'd look at other musicians, say, oh, they do this, they do this, they talk about this in their music, or they write about this, their music sounds this way, and you gravitate and you kind of get a mixing pot of all those and you go, now what can I do with all this as influence?
Yes, because there's also, for me, it came back to I think, because it's still a reflection of myself, but in creating that artist identity that I share out, or even just, little elements of singing things in particular ways or writing in particular ways. It's yeah.
Well, even that, singing in a particular way. I mean, do you want to talk about singers who no one sounds like Björk? No one sounds like Björk. She sings in a particular way, and that frames part of her identity. This is what we're talking about. It's so important.
Yeah.
Like Peter Garrett, me not all. No one sings like him.
No.
He's the blue sky mine. He's so him.
Yeah.
And that's so that's one tiny element of what you can do. So, what about your views on life and the world? I mean, gosh, it's 2026 right now, team. Yeah. So you probably know in, what is it, June? 1st of June?
Yeah, 1st of June.
And there's so much shit going on right now. Oh my gosh.
The world is chaos.
Yeah, the world is chaos.
The world is chaos.
And
also beautiful
at the same time. And beautiful. But I mean, your views on life and you?
I feel like my views on life are both always evolving and also always coming back to the way I saw things as a kid almost. But
if you're going to put it out to people out there, is that a place you'd recommend they go?
To
develop an artist identity?
How they see life? Yeah, I think so. Because I think there's a number of ways you can go about creating an artist identity and you can manufacture something specific, or you can align it with who you are and who you're growing to be all the time, and both can work, but only one has staying power.
Yeah.
And when we connect with artists, of any kind on any medium, we are connecting to who they are, or, you know, an emotion or whatever they're putting out there in that moment. And so I do think part of the journey of becoming an artist is getting to know yourself and like what you value and what you stand for. And that can shift and change because you're human and it will.
Yeah, and the world changes.
Yes, 100%. But it's so... There's so much noise that if you don't have like some kind of solid foundation, it can feel very jumbled.
Yeah. I talked to a producer from Philly, Kyle Pulley. Shout out Kyle Pulley, check him out, in a band called The Thin Lips. And he said, I love working with musicians who've got something to say. Something to say about them, about the world, about life. And you used a really interesting term. You said, whether it's something authentic to you or whether it's something manufactured, that exists today.
Yeah.
And you can do both.
You definitely can.
I actually agree with you. I nearly didn't agree with you, but I did. Now I'm changing my mind. The manufactured one can have longevity. The authentic one, I think, just always has longevity because you evolve as a person. And that's you, Peter Garrett, Bjork. Like, no one can do that.
Yeah.
So there's longevity there.
Yeah.
The manufactured one, because there is manufactured music out there, which is kind of not copying but appropriating things. If you have the right marketing and big corporation behind you to promote you as a brand, and then you get a perfume and movie deals and stuff like that, that's going to stay. Like, that's going to have longevity too. Depending on who you are, I think there's people out there who will very happily take the manufactured one as well. Just please make me. I've had people say to me, "Make me famous."
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't think all musicians are as deep thinking and purposeful and want to put out who they are.
Yeah.
They're happy being that symbol.
Totally.
You know?
And it's just something that is maybe shifted because maybe, you know, when I look at artists from like 90s, 2000s, like the manufactured thing was it.
Yeah.
And then it's like shifted in a totally different way now, but they all have their place and they all have their perks and downfalls, and it's just about picking what's right.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I lived through those times, 80s and 90s. That's when I was your age. And I can tell you, it's really cool because right now there's a documentary on Kylie Minogue.
I've heard about it and I need
on
to
Netflix.
watch it.
You've got to go watch it. My beautiful wife Kylie was watching it the other night. And I actually met Kylie when I was working with NXS, and to watch that video, like, I only met her briefly, fleetingly, and she was such a lovely person. But to watch that video, they showed when she first made I Should Be So Lucky. And they didn't have the name for the song. And it was this process of, and you can see her reflect on this whole, I don't know what this is. I didn't really have much input, but it is what it is. It's out there. It was this thing that the producers and the songwriters were trying to make this. And a lot of that music at that time was manufactured music that was repetitive. Motown was the same. Motown was same songwriters, same musicians, various artists playing the same kind, and it's fantastic.
It's amazing.
And it's amazing, and it was so popular. But in time, it needed to evolve, and it died. Similar to Kylie Minogue, Rick Astley, Bananarama, all those people. It was fantastic. I cranked it in my car.
Yeah. Still play those songs in cover sets, you know?
And I saw Rick Astley playing a concert on stage the other day, and the crowd singing that song, Never Gonna Give You Up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it became a meme.
Yeah. I mean, that's all.
Which, like, it gave it a new life again, and people were able to discover it.
But more importantly, like in this documentary for Kylie, like she's a very highly intelligent, sensitive, real person that cares about her music. And I was very fortunate at the time when I was working with NXS that Michael actually got Kylie to sing a vocal on a track that he was working. He got her to do it. And I just remember hearing, going, that's really fucking good. You know, and it's unfortunate that whole manufactured tag goes along with something. So getting back to identity, you have to resonate with that identity. Like, it needs to be part of you.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I agree.
So if you're going to start designing that, what are some things we could do to try and help people work out what that is? Some practical things. Oh gosh. Like, did you talk to people about you and your music? Did you have mentors?
Yes, I did.
One of them is sitting here.
This guy. I did.
Talk to what do mentors do? Like,
I mean, like having someone who is already experienced in what you want to do, you know, in any capacity, who can be a soundboard, and can also encourage you because it's creating an artist identity is not like straight down the line path.
No, and you're not going to do it, this is it, I've got it. It takes time.
It takes time and it takes nurturing. And as a human, sometimes you don't nurture yourself. So to have other people outside of yourself to encourage you to keep going is priceless. Sometimes, I think when I started, I would like talk to like friends and family, which would help or not help. I think it just depended on the conversation.
Yeah, and you also, family is so important, but you also had a cohort of like 150 people at uni that you could bounce ideas and go to lunch with and chat about
talk
music.
about stuff all the time.
And you're still playing in bands with these people.
I feel so grateful. Like I remember people saying, you know, look around, these are your peers, like these are the people you're going to be, you know, journeying the music industry with. And it's so true. It makes me very excited.
The thing is though, like people say to me, oh, so what identity should I get to sell my music? I say, you're thinking all about it wrong. You're thinking about it the wrong way.
It's not about what you can sell. It's what you can like, when you're making music and you're promoting it, if you're going down the commercial path.
Which in the majority we are.
Yes, which is,
Even if it's self-expression.
100%. Like what I do is
we're trying to make a living out of it or make some money out of it. So we're trying to commercialise it.
Exactly. And it needs to be something you can stand to be in the energy of and to talk about, you know, over and over again, to think about over and over again. Like it's, I think like making music and being, you know, stepping into my artist identity and like sharing that is the most exciting when I feel most connected to it.
Yeah. Well, don't you think people relate to that? They go, oh, it's like when I saw your video clip, because I saw your post on social media and thought, oh, she's got a video. And I went and watched a little bit of that. And I went, oh, wow, that's like so Jess, like it's so cool. And if I was a consumer, I'd go, I want to be part of her community. I want to be in that world. And that's what an artist's identity does. Even if that world is...
Totally, 100%. Because what we're doing as artists is being a mirror to people, and people are wanting to see part of themselves in you. And the only way that you can... the only way I personally feel like I can do that is by it being genuinely a part of me. And I think you could look at it in percentages. The things that we've known that are more manufactured, it might be like 5% of the person in there. And then there are people who lay their heart out on the table and it's like 100% them. And there's anything in between. But it's a little bit of holding up that.
And even though, even like the manufactured stuff I talked about, Kylie Minogue acid, initially it wasn't, it was new. Initially it was a new sound, it was innovative music. And they went...
And it came from someone scouting them and seeing them and being like, I'm picking this part and then we're magnifying this part.
And they went, oh, this worked, I'm going to repeat that and keep doing that. And it worked. But initially it was something brand new. So it's not like you can copy what's happening out there and you're going to be famous.
No.
Because it's already done.
Yeah.
So you got to think about what hasn't been done.
Yeah, what hasn't been done, and what has never been done is you specifically as a person having your life experience, liking the exact music that you like, which shapes the exact music that you write or, you know, choose. Like so much of like shaping, you know, my artist identity sound has come from, I feel like it evolves and picks up speed when I'm learning more of other people's songs as well as writing my own music. Like I've stepped into doing more cover gigs the last few years, which a part of I'm always careful with, because I know it can be one of those worlds where you can get lost in the source of doing that and not having time for other things. But when I'm learning other people's music and listening to other people's music and then picking the parts that I like and then not keeping the parts that I don't want to and playing it my way. And you know what? I think this song should be swung because I feel like it being jazzy today. You're developing all of that. The clothes you put on. Like when I started like Hazel May as a project, I had like this world in my head that I wanted because it was like, I used to call it the Instagram version of myself. I was like, what would this, like not rough around the edges version of myself look like? How would she feel? How would she walk? And it's like also all basically who I am when I'm feeling confident. But like putting on, it's like putting on clothes to go to work that make you feel confident. You're going to be able to show up and be assertive. If you're going to hang out with friends and it's like a cozy cup of tea, you're putting on clothes that like make you feel like you're in that space. Same goes for your artist identity. And
you can approach that through costumes, through dress, through performative approaches, how you perform. I mean, I use Peter Garrett. Go and watch Peter Garrett live. You've never seen anyone move across a stage. He's 6'6", bald nugget, right? And he's got these hands that are probably longer than my legs, right? And he just moves and he fills the stage with his dancing, and no one dances like Peter Garrett.
Yeah, but they wish that they had the confidence to.
Yeah, I mean, and look at Michael Jackson. Look at Michael moonwalking, all the dance routine. I mean, 100%. That's his identity.
Yeah.
And
that stuff that maybe just came, like he was just doing it because it felt good. It felt,
and then I tell you what, I was alive when it happened. We went, what was that he just did? And we all tried to learn how to moonwalk. You know what I mean? And that's part of marketing and promotion of an artist's identity, which is really cool. The other thing you mentioned, it's really interesting. I think it's also important to embrace the happy accidents when your artist's identity may change.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to use an example. The band Extreme. Have you heard of them?
I've heard of them.
They did that song more than words. It's an acoustic guitar saying I love you.
Yeah, love that song.
That song, right? They're a metal band. They're a metal band. And their most famous song is an acoustic duet love song.
Yeah.
But yet again, having Nuno Bettencourt playing the guitar with his black fingernail polish and the singer's beautiful voice, great harmonies, live recording, great musicians, not metal, but it's probably what they're known for the most.
Yeah.
And because I heard that song, I went and listened to the other music and I went, I like this one better. And now I love metal, but it was just interesting that identity changed and it was something that they probably never even thought about. I don't know how that came about.
It's also amazing that they were like, allowed to do it. There's so many things.
It was probably an accident.
Have to fight for,
It was probably an accident. They're probably at a party, like having a couple of drinks and singing in a guitar, and the record company went, "Let's do that." But it was just, such a hit song, just a classic thing of, and look at U2. One thing that U2 has done, I think, so well, is adapted their identity. From who they started off and the things that they talked about, the social injustices and the things that they talked about, and how they traversed over decades. They went down electronic a little bit, and then The Edge came out with his signature guitar tone. Like all these things are an artist identity and how it evolves over time.
Yeah.
And I just think it is the thing that people say to me, how do I create a career? Create an identity.
Yeah.
Work on an identity.
And don't feel like you have to be rigid in it as well. Like, it's your identity, but it's not set in stone. Like one of the artists I grew up obsessed with and is still a big influence is Norah Jones. And I've watched interviews of her and, at the beginning, record execs were like, are you country? Are you jazz? Are you pop? Like, you've got to pick. And she's never picked. Like, she's still putting out incredible music. Like, I've listened to, got all the albums. Some of them were more country. And then there were some that are just full jazz. And, like, it's just the journey that she was on. And she had the massive hits in the early 2000s. And some people only know that. And also, there are so many people that have gone through all of it. And, like, it all shapes your career. It doesn't matter.
And she existed in a time where most artists stuck to their lane and there wasn't genre blurring. You're a pop artist, you're a country artist, you're an R&B artist, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they did. That was the world in the 80s, 90s and 2000s.
You had to fit in the box.
Yeah, but now genre blurring is so prolific that she probably wouldn't have as much a problem these days.
No, she wouldn't.
I'm a bit of everything. That goes down now.
Yeah.
Right? But back then, so the fact that she went, no, I'm just me.
Yeah.
But see, that's, I know the song that I remember from her. What was that song, her most famous single?
Was it like Come Away With Me or?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It was similar to Jewel. Remember when Jewel came out? When she sang, Jewel used to sing she uses tongue tension in her vocal technique. She uses that tone. And who will save my soul? You know that one?
Yeah.
But no one sang like Jewel.
No.
And she's this beautiful looking human being singing these songs that no one can sound like her.
Yeah.
And that was her identity in a time of a lot of singer-songwriters that when she came out. But so recognisable through her vocal technique. So it's about working what that out. Working out what that is for you.
Yeah.
So if we're going to give people some tips, talk to your friends.
Have a play.
Study others.
Yeah, study others. Try things.
Try things.
Write things.
What about getting outside of your box?
Well, performing, I guess. Like, I think you will always get feedback when you perform. So, you know, once you've working on things and you feel comfortable in whatever, or even before you are, you know what? Play at any point.
Yeah.
People will tell you what they see in you, basically.
So what you're saying is feedback.
Yeah.
You need feedback. How am I going? Like go to a friend's place at their 18th birthday party, play some songs at their party, and then go and then shout everyone a pizza and some beer at your place. Say, how'd I go?
Yeah.
What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it?
Yeah.
What about what I wore? What about my songs? What about the set list?
Yeah.
What about the lighting? Do you know what I mean?
100%. Ask people, and also if you don't agree with them, don't agree with them.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But be open.
Open to,
that they
process it and think about it and you know, if it irks you, investigate why it irks you. If you agree, why do you agree? You know.
And I think we touched on a couple of really important things. One, I think your artist identity has to feel really real and authentic to you. Or if it is a manufactured identity, then you must switch that switch on to act and be that identity and be okay that world is for you.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that manufactured identity, I don't have no issue with it, but I don't think it's for everyone.
It's not. It's not. And it's also like it's a whole other skill in itself.
Yeah.
And it also can be very freeing. You know, like being completely authentic in your artist identity is not for everyone too. Like that, you know, can feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah. Having an artist identity which is completely not who you are is something that could be incredibly uplifting and fun for someone, or it could be incredibly confronting.
Yeah.
And that's why this is a really important thing. Like, no, I don't want green hair and big pink things on my things and singing with lollipops because I'm actually nothing like that. Oh yeah, I can do that. That's no problem at all. Let's do that.
That's great. Then I'm anonymous when I'm not in the wig.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the other thing you said, mentorship, talking to people.
Yeah.
If you could give them some tips on the type of people and characteristics that mentors should be, what would that be?
People that you feel calm around, you feel safe around, you don't feel judged. People who are like, you can feel that they want what's best for you, that they're actually there to lift you up and not tear you down, because people will give you advice and feedback from both places constantly when you are putting yourself out there in any way, you know, with music, with art, with whatever. So I guess like when you're having interactions with people, if you're asking for help from people, make sure you stay curious about how you're feeling in that situation and how they're talking to you, whether it's supportive.
And they should listen as much as they talk.
They should listen, and they should be curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like my beautiful wife, Kylie, she said, now when you do your podcast, make sure you let them talk. Because as an educator, sometimes you're dealing with people you're trying to empower. And it's so, part of the gig is to often, I find I talk too much. And I find when I'm talking to someone one-on-one in a mentorship meeting about them, and you mentioned Eli Badger, producer in Australia. Shout out to Eli Badger. He was a fellow that I just sit down and had many mentorship meetings, and I just let him talk to me, and he'd find it really difficult. But I found by just tell me, brother, what do you want to do?
I found it when I had mentorship meetings with you. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to tell you what I think.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, not just what you think, what you feel, and why you feel that way. No, and then you got your comfortability, right? Like, And I think if you're talking about musicianship and songwriting and production and that stuff, I think it helps if they have had a career of note of some sort. But I also think a great mentor can just be someone who can just talk to you about you.
Yeah.
They don't need that experience.
No,
they can just be someone that go, well, I think that's cool, Jess. I like that.
Yeah.
My dear mother, rest in peace, darling, she passed away last year. She was my greatest critique. I go, what do you think? I'd produce something. What do you think? I don't know about those lyrics in the second verse. I kind of got lost on the story. What a wonderful critique.
Yeah.
My dearest mother.
Yeah.
You know, so go out and find some mentors. You know, do some work on you.
And just don't be afraid of trial and error as much as I need to listen to my own advice on that one.
I think we constantly remind each other, ourselves every day, right?
Yeah, like it's not all meant to be right.
No.
And the glorious thing when you make a decision, you try something and it's wrong, is you know it's wrong and you can count that out now.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Like you have to get shit wrong
Yeah.
to find out. That's how great people become great. We've probably made the most mistakes out of everybody because we go, oh yeah, fuck that, no, let's go over there, let's do that, you know, and it's okay. But it takes time to realise that's okay.
Yeah.
Whew. Honestly, identity, my gosh. I mean, good on you, Jess. That was a tough one, but it's so important, right? Like it's so important. Yeah. You can't just write and record music. You have to produce and write music that is got purpose. Now, I use that really carefully. That purpose could be multifaceted.
Yeah.
Commercial, marketed pop, deep, introspective music, hardcore metal punk.
Yeah.
But it all comes from that identity. If you start thinking about your music that way and you as a person, and then start putting that out there and shift, and it's like a piece of clay, right? Just kind of mold it and shift it and take a bit of the edge off.
Yeah, yeah.
Get some feedback. Isn't she a legend? Thank you.
Oh, thank you for having me.
No,
I
really appreciate it.
Really nice.
Yet again, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'll get her back again, hey? All right, team. Look after yourselves. Bye.